Hello everybody, my name is Christian Charlo. Welcome to that market report. Today we're Thursday, June 27. First of all, today folks, I want to make a follow-up on the last market report when we said that the bears are back. Well, actually, the bears are not totally back though, because the bulls came over and put out the bears. So the short opportunity that we showed you last week, a lot of them actually were not able to continue to decrease to allow us to take some profits, but there's still good opportunities to hold on to them. So I'm going to make a follow-up on that last market report, and also I'm going to show you a list of stocks and the resources sector which took a big hit, and right now oversold and are starting to leave the oversold situation. So those stocks might be ideal opportunities to actually get in because they will soon confirm about them. So if you're getting into those stocks, you just have to put your stop loss just in case this bottom is not confirming itself. So let's start with the beginning. First of all, let's make a follow-up. On the last market report, I was talking to you about the energy sector in the US, which actually was starting a bearish cycle on June 20. There was also the financial sector. So what is going on with the stocks and with the ETFs? First of all, the energy sector continued to decrease. You have the opportunity to either trade that decrease with some bearish ETF or with some stocks. The bearish ETF that was tracking the energy sector, ERY on New York, actually didn't perform much. But if you got in on June 20, well, there's no problem because the ETF is still keeping its upward trend. Your exit strategy is at 28.85. WT offshore, which was shorted, you still have to hold on to it because the stock is keeping its downward trend. So your exit strategy is on the break of that resistance at 15.11. Suncor Energy, you still have some room to go before you get out of that positions that you shorted on June 20. Same thing for Pengrowth Energy, exit strategy at 5.21 on the break of that resistance. And in the financial sector, a ETF like FAS is just reaching that support, so just put your stop loss, folks, on the break of that support at 31.92 on FAS. And Old Republic, that was put as a short in the financial sector, you still have to hold on to it. Your exit strategy is at 13.23. So most of those stocks are still opportunities that you should hold, going from Old Republic, Suncor, Pengrowth, WT, offshore. Now, what are the stocks and the sectors that are actually oversold and where we're starting to see an inflow of buyers? There are stocks in the coal, stocks in the steel, and stocks also in the aluminum sector, in the copper sector. So let's start with the coal. First of all, there's Tech Resources. So that stock on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days. We actually recommended that stock as a short on June 5th. We'll continue to hold on to our short exposure because if ever Tech Resources reverses that downward trend, we're going to get rid of it. But right now, Tech Resources is definitely starting to see an inflow of buyers because you see that the stochastics, the red and yellow line, are tilting towards the overbought situation. So on Tech Resources, those of you who would like to get in right now in that stock, it's okay, as long as you put your stop loss at 21.37. And if ever there continues to be an inflow of buyers into Tech Resources, we might reverse that downward trend and you'll be able to cash in on your positions that you acquired during this neutral formation. And us on marketgurus.tv, we're going to recommend to our customers to get rid of their short exposure on Tech Resources. Consol Energy, the same scenario, actually totally oversold. Right now, the stock stabilized for a while, so you can get in. Stop loss at $26, $26.99. Sorry. Alpha Natural Resources, you can get in right now, and your stop loss should be at $4.85. But you see, the target for Alpha Natural Resources, it's until $5.75, which will be the point where Alpha Natural will reach its downward trend. Peabody Energy, same scenario. You could get in right now, stop loss 14.35 and target 16.77. For the copper, we have Freeport-McMoRan. That's a no-brainer. It's the biggest copper company and one of the biggest copper company in the world. So if you get in Freeport-McMoRan, stop loss 26.47. That's the target, 31.11 to be able to take some profit. First Quantum also, look at that. It's testing the low of its downward corridor. So I think that The stock has some potential to go up. It already started for First Quantum, and the target to be able to take some profit here, it's around 1684 on First Quantum. Corporation also, SCCO on New York. Look at that downward channel. The stock is testing it. So you put your stop loss at 26.75. Lumina Copper also in the venture index. What I prefer about that stock is that the stochastics are making a higher bottom. The stock stabilized for a while, so that will be a clearer breakout for Lumina Copper, and you continue to have to put your stop. You have to put your stop loss on that stock. And the iron and steel, you have also commercial metals, which is I found it the best one so far. There's also ArcelorMittal, and your stop loss is at $11, and BHP Billiton, where your stop loss is at 57.21. So this is it. Those is all the list. For the coal, you have those 4 stocks. For the copper, you have all those stocks here. And for the iron and steel, you have commercial metals, ArcelorMittal, BHP Billiton, Rio Tinto, Mekel, and Noranda Aluminium Holding. But on all those stocks, it's important to put your stop loss, because they are not confirming clearly a bottom. We're starting to see that all of those stochastics are actually oversold, the 933 stochastics, but we need to see more buyers coming in to be able to believe in a clear bottom. But if you would like to get in right now, it's still a good opportunity as long as you put your stop loss. And the short opportunity that we talked to you about in our last market report last week, you still have to hold on to them, because most of those stocks have not yet reversed their downward trend. This is Christian Charlo for MarketGurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days. Good trading, and see you next week for your market report.